battle between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
56. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Hey, Delta. Set 26.
Check three, check three, check three.
Hit it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Bang, 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 bang.
Get it.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Right there. 54. Right there.
General West.
Go. It's a gain of 9. Go.
Score. At the 30-yard line. Now.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, lock it.
Check.
Recon, 152 fighter. Fight.
Now Jones. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ready, set.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Greystone, travel.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 13.
Roll out.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Pilot, 64, weak. Let go.
To throw again, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Speed grip, speed grip.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Go now. 30 base. 54. X3. 218. Chopper.
Kill.
Look. Squeeze.
Check 24.
On 1st down, Beasley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Ready.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike, 55. Check 55.
Protein spill. Hey, Sam off.
Watch twist.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at about the Redskins' 42. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Switch. Tight dog.
Rock it. 61, matchbox lights. Hey, Echo.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
On the set.
49. Hey, let's get this, get this.
He spins through. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Come on,
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Okay, ready. 56 is the mark. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Shoot. Go, run.
And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set up. 15, Lonnie. 15 line. Hey.
56 the mark, boys. 56. Check 56.
Bravo.
Mark 56. Mark 50.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's complete to Diggs. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a 1st down. The Redskins with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check. Who draw Corker?
Check. Lucky.
Hey, orbit. Get it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The drive starts with a completion left side, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hey, Zoo.
Right there. 56.
Hey, check. 25. Check 25.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go, ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Beasley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Come on, set. 10-2, son.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know.
Hey, exit. 2.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones hit in the ball's held, and the Redskins scoop it. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Check 31, check 31.
6-6, bullet high. Get it.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. General West. 15 line. 15 line. Get up. 3 down. Leo. Hey. High 7. Down.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Stand.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down now, Barkley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Pilot, 64, weak.
Hatchet.
Smoke.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
Giants, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Rosas puts this one through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ready, break.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone. Back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
On the ready.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
Cover. Check 3, check 3.
X3, 218, chopper.
Kill.
49, check 49, check 49.
Check 99, check 99.
Head up.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. 45 is the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Jones operating from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 79 yards. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
You can't block me.
80 weapons.
Spawn. No.
Finish.
Spike 56.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Here's Jones. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Matchbox lights.
Here we go. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
To try again after the sack. Jones flush to his right. Letting one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And now a carry here for their fullback. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On just about every team, okay, forget it. On every team, the goal is to be in third and what they call manageable, to give yourself a chance to pick up a first down. How about that call on 2nd down? The big man puts them in position to make it 3rd and manageable. I wonder if he'll get a second chance at it to try and pick up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Ready? Recon, 132 fighter. Go, go.
45 the mic. Too little, cut. 45, 45. Mike, 45. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
From the gun, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Greystone, travel.
Hey, watch it.
Ready?
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. It's the fullback. 96 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 17-yard line.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Delta. Hit it.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Finish.
The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Switch gears, switch gears.
On the ball. On the ball. Get it.
Barkley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on a
2-jet bomber. 2-jet bomber.
It's 4th down.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Watch the slants. Watch the slant.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Army. Mike, 56.
Now.
56.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
It's a turnover on down.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively, kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He may try and run for this. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Let's get it.
On 4th down, John Gruden says, let's try and get 3 out of this. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Throwing Jones. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
45's the mic. I'm here all day. 45, 45.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Jones dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Jones on 1st and 10. Forced it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
80 weapons. Hustle, hustle.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Set. 8, read.
Flare.
61, matchbox light.
45. Mike, 45. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Get it.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Flushed out right. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Second and 9 now from the 21. And he's got room. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. 30, 10, touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Giants 3,
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to him,
and the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5.
Hey, high 7.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Hey, 1 set, 1 set. 54. Mike 54. No chance. Check 52. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Mike 54. Mike go.
Back to throw. Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
On the ready.
I know he ain't got it. Check 4, check 4.
Rock it.
Rush in, rush in. Check.
Smooth.
Check hot route. Hot. 45.
Deep grip.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Montez Sweat, his 2nd sack of the night.
It's 4th down.
Ready.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here.